Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all students? Today this is the 6th lecture of grade 9th. Chapter name is Chemical Reactivity and the topic name is Introduction to Metals, Characteristics of Metals and Non-Metals. So first one is metals. Metals are those substances which are good conductor of heat and electricity. They are malleable and ductile. Their oxides and hydroxides are bases. All of the metals except mercury exist in solid state at room temperature. You have already studied that all the metals at room temperature are solid except mercury, which is liquid. So the properties of metals are they are malleable, they are ductile, they are good conductor of heat and electricity, they are lustrous, they are sonorous, they can be drawn out into sheets, they can be drawn out into wires, they are shiny, they are opaque. These all are the properties of metals. Metals may be hard or soft. So a metal is a material, an element, compound or alloy that is typically hard, opaque, shiny and has good electrical and thermal conductivity. Metals are generally malleable, that is they can be hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking. As well as fusible means they can be fused or melted, and ductile that they are able to be drawn out into the wires. About 91 of the 118 elements in the periodic table are metals. Some elements appear in both metallic and non-metallic forms, for example gold, silver, iron and copper. So metal is an element, compound or alloy that is a good conductor of both electricity and heat. Metal crystal structure and specific metal properties are determined by holding together the atoms of metal. We can determine the properties of metals by holding together the atoms of a metal. You have already studied about the metal lattice in which the sea of electrons are attracted by the metal positive ion. So a metal is one which reacts with oxygen and produce a basic oxide, that is metal oxide. When it is dissolved in water, forms an alkaline solution which turns red litmus paper blue. Due to metals, the litmus paper turns red to blue. So a metal is an element which loses an electron and form a cation, while a non-metal is an element which gains an electron and form an anion. For example, sodium metal. Sodium metal has the ability to lose one electron from its outermost shell and become a cation. So we can say that metals are electropositive and so they have the tendency to lose electrons. You already know that you can take the examples of sodium that has one electron in its outermost shell. The only exception to this definition is the non-metal, that is hydrogen, which is usually an electron donor. Now this is general concept about the metals, that metal is a solid material, an element, compound or alloy that is typically hard, opaque, shiny and features good electrical and thermal conductivity. I am explaining these properties again and again. Again, nature and properties of metals. First, metals are brittle material, easily breaks into the pieces and can be easily reduced to powder form. It means that most of the metals are in soft form. They are soft and can be easily break into pieces and can be easily reduced to powder form. And you know that in powder form the metals will react easily. Ductile material. I have already explained you the ductility and malleability in the class. Ductile means they are soft and can be drawn into the wires. Malleable means can be drawn into the sheets. Hard material cannot be cut by a sharp tool. Soft material can be easily cut by a sharp weapon. It means that metals can be hard and can be soft. Tough material does not easily break under a hammer. Place in the periodic table. The blue section in the periodic table. It means that a periodic table contains a lot of metals. So this all blue portion contains metals. Metallic bonding and metallic structure. In the metallic bonding you have already studied that sea of electron is formed by losing one electron of the metal atom from the outermost shell. That one electron removes and becomes positively charged. A metal lattice is formed and there is a force of attraction between metal positive ion and sea of electrons formed in the metal lattice. A giant metallic lattice is a three-dimensional structure of positive ions and delocalized electrons. These electrons get delocalized by removing from the metal atom and then bonded together by strong metallic bonds. Now, nonmetals. What are nonmetals? A nonmetal has the properties opposite of metals. A nonmetal is a chemical element that mostly lacks metallic attributes. It means they don't have metallic bond. Physically, nonmetals tends to be highly volatile, have low elasticity and are good insulators of heat and electricity. Metals are the good conductors and nonmetals are good insulators. Chemically, they tend to have high ionization energy and electronegativity values and gain or share electrons